자, 이제 시작이 됐습니다. 여러분, 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 탈리아님, 핑님, and 빌리아나님. 그리고, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining the class again. Thank you. 그리고, 다리아님, you can attend the class. That's okay. 괜찮아요. 키스님도 오셨구나. 키스님, 안녕하세요. 키아라님, 안녕하세요. 여러분, 혹시 have you checked the description box? The link in description box? Because in the link, I have the files for the listening and reading test uploaded. So it would be really great if you guys could download it, maybe to your tablet PC, or actually print it out and write your answer on your own paper. But I will also have the questions on screen, so you're welcome to check the screen as well. Whatever suits for you. But make sure, guys, to write the answer in your own separate piece of paper. It could be small note or anything. 네, 했어요. 하셨구나. 좋아요. 아주 좋아요. That would actually work better. But if you don't have a printer at the moment, or if you don't have any choice but to just check the screen, that's also okay. 그것도 괜찮습니다. 좋아요. 그리고 일단은 before we move on to listening, let me just briefly introduce you guys to what topic test is. 이 topic test는요. 잠깐만요, 여러분. 이 topic test는 this topic test stands for, as many of you guys know, it stands for test of proficiency in Korean. So it's basically testing how proficient you are in Korean. And this is topic 1, guys, topic 1. And topic 1 is an exam for learners who are aiming at levels 1 and 2. 이건 levels 1 and level 2. 그리고 this should be 1. And topic 2 is for learners targeting level 3, 4, 5, and 6. So as for levels, guys, the number of levels of Korean learners and how each level is divided really varies between books and teachers. So different books and different teachers will have different standards and numbering for each level. But from topic 2's perspective, topic's perspective, this topic 1, caters to level 1 and 2, which range from low beginner, who has a basic understanding of simple words, grammar, and sentence structure, to high beginner, who knows more vocabularies and have studied more practical grammar using conversation. So this is the test for these kinds of learners, guys. 그리고, but if you think you are at a more upper level, but you think you still lack listening and reading, you can also practice with this test. So you don't have to be at level 1 or level 2 to take this test. Okay? 좋습니다. 그리고 오늘은 사실, as you guys can check in the link in the description box, I brought both listening and reading, but I'm not sure if we could make it to the reading part. So just for heads up, it could be possible that we only cover listening part for this class and maybe reading part next time. It's not finalized yet, but just for let's just see what happens, guys. What happens? So for the reading test, I brought one of the tests from the actual test held in 2022. 그리고, as I told you guys, you can download it in the link in the description box. And we're not gonna solve all of them together. So there are total 30 questions, total 30 questions, but we're only gonna listen to the ones that I circled. I circled it in red, and those are the only questions that we're gonna solve today, which amounts to about 18. 그리고, here's what we're gonna do, guys. So we're gonna listen to the audio and solve all the 18 questions non-stop. Well, I'll be stopping from here and there just to give you guys, just to explain what type of question this is. But we'll just solve it solve it straight up without pausing for explanation. And then oh, we're going to check the answer, and maybe I could explain what was spoken in the audio and why this is the answer. So that's how we're going to do this class, guys. And yeah, so I have here the edited audio. Oh, by the way, guys, so, the men in the audio will say what number we're at before each number, before each question. So don't worry about getting lost with the count of question. Okay. 그리고 아이고. 잠깐만요, 여러분. 시험 준비됐어요. 갑시다. 좋아요. 그리고 for reading, do we read out loud? I don't think reading aloud in the test, when you're actually taking a test, I don't think it's allowed because that might interrupt other test takers. So no, but in this class, I will be reading out loud the text. 좋아요. 그러면 일단은 오디오를 먼저 들어봅시다. Number 1. So from number 1 to 4 is the type of question where the audio asks a question and you select the most appropriate answer to the question. Okay, guys, so that's the type of question for number 1 to 4. So let's start listening. Sorry, I forgot to tell you this again. There will be like 10 minutes pause between each question. So let's start. Oh, no, not this one. QuickTime player. 일단은 잠깐 제가 한번 해볼 테니까 I'll play it and can you guys tell me if the sound is loud and clear? If the volume is good?
1번 학생이에요.
어때요? How's the volume, guys? 괜찮아요? Can you guys hear it? And is the volume okay? If it's too loud, I can reduce it. And if it's too small, I could... 잘 들려요? Okay, so most of you guys, every one of you guys in the comment section is saying that it sounds good. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Number 1.
1번
number 1. Let's go.
학생이에요. 학생이에요.
I forgot to tell you one more time. The audio repeats twice, guys. So let me put up the text. The audio repeats twice. For all question, every single question repeats twice. The audio repeats twice. So you guys can write the answer in the comment section. That's fine. But it's recommendable if you write it on your own piece of paper, but it doesn't matter. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2. There's 10
2번.
2번, number 2.
책을 읽어요. 책을 읽어요.
3번 우리 어디에서 이야기해요? 우리 어디에서 이야기해요? 4번
공항에 어떻게 갔어요? 공항에 어떻게 갔어요?
5번
Oops, 잠깐만요. Sorry, guys.
미안해.
For number 5, it works pretty much the same way, except that it's not a question, but a basic expression. So the men will say something, which is not a question, and you can select the best response, the most natural response for that. Okay, so let me rewind. And number 5, let's do it again.
5번 미안해요. 미안해요. 6번
잠깐만 기다리세요. 잠깐만 기다리세요.
그리고, okay, so that was for number 5 and 6. And for from number 7, so we're going to do number 7 and 9. And for number 7 and 9, you can listen to the conversation and select where it's taking place, where the conversation most likely taking place. So I'll just write it here, where take place. All right, so let's listen to number 7.
7번 어서 오세요. 뭘 드릴까요?
오렌지 10개 주세요. 다시 들으십시오.
Audio repeats twice.
어서 오세요. 뭘 드릴까요?
오렌지 10개 주세요.
9번 이 구두를 신어보고 싶어요.
네, 이쪽으로 오세요. 다시 들으십시오.
다시 one more.
이 구두를 신어보고 싶어요.
네, 이쪽으로 오세요.
Okay, so I'll leave it up for 3 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 그다음에 we're moving on to this part. So it's selecting the topic of the conversation. What are they talking about? What is the conversation about? So I'll write about here. All right, so let's start from number 13.
13번 저는 농구를 좋아해요. 수미 씨는요?
저는 테니스를 좋아해요. 다시 들으십시오.
다시 again.
저는 농구를 좋아해요. 수미 씨는요?
저는 테니스를 좋아해요.
Number 14.
14번
What's the conversation about?
그 가방 좋네요. 비싼 거예요?
아니요. 비싸지 않아요. 2만 원이에요.
다시 들으십시오.
다시 again.
그 가방 좋네요. 비싼 거예요?
아니요. 비싸지 않아요. 2만 원이에요.
Okay, so that was the end of this part, 13, 14. 그 다음에 for next one, so listen to the conversation and select the image that best describes, that best portrays the conversation. 그래서 일단은 you can quickly skim through it. The woman pointing at the umbrella, the woman actually trying to give him the umbrella, the man holding the umbrella, and the man paying for the umbrella. So just for a hint, just to be a little helpful, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but 우산 is umbrella. All right, so let's take a listen and select the right image.
15번
15, start.
저 우산은 어디에 있어요?
저기 창문 밑에 있습니다. 다시 들으십시오.
다시 again.
저 우산은 어디에 있어요?
저기 창문 밑에 있습니다.
I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 좋아요. 다음에 let's move on to the next one. So for this one, guys, you listen to the conversation. It's a short convo. This is the example conversation. So it's about 2 lines, only about 2 or 3 lines. And you listen to the conversation and select what's true according to the conversation. So let me write it here. Select what's true. 그리고 also for this one as well, the audio repeats twice. 그러면 let's take a look at. When you're done with the previous question, then you can move on to the next number and quickly read the sentences. That would increase your chance of getting the question right? So let's quickly skim through it. 남자, okay, 남자맨, 주말에 드라마, okay. 남자맨, 일요일, Sunday, 친구 만나, okay, meet friend. 여자, woman, you have to really listen carefully to what 남자 said and 여자 said to get the answer correct. So 일요일, Sunday, okay. 집에서 쉬다, okay. Take a rest. 그 다음에 여자, weekend, this man 하고 this man with this man, 수영장, swimming pool. Okay, so just briefly skim through it and then take a listen.
17번.
7번.
민수 씨, 주말에 뭐 했어요?
드라마도 보고 집에서 쉬었어요. 수미 씨는요?
저는 일요일에 친구하고 수영장에 갔어요. 다시 들으십시오.
One more time.
민수 씨, 주말에 뭐 했어요?
드라마도 보고 집에서 쉬었어요. 수미 씨는요?
저는 일요일에 친구하고 수영장에 갔어요.
Okay, 좋아요. 그다음에 let's move on to number 19. So before we listen, 잠깐만요. Where's the audio? Okay, before we take a listen to number 19. 잠깐만요. Number 19, let's briefly, let's skim through each sentence. So 여자, woman, 극장, theater, 남자 만남, met a man. Man, 있다가, a little while later. Later, 한강 공원. You don't have to pay attention to 한강 if you don't know what 한강 is. Just 공원 would do. Okay, he's going to park. 공원. 남자, today. 수업 끝났어. Class ended. All of them ended. 여자, 지금, right now, 영화 보고 싶어. Oh, 여자 wants to watch a movie. Okay, so we quickly skim through it. Let's take a listen.
9번.
What?
우리 이따
Oh, so it's 19번. It's supposed to be 19번. I'm not sure why the man says 9번. Come on here, let me rewind it.
(19번)
19번. Okay.
우리 이따가 수업 끝나고 영화 보러 갈래요?
날씨도 좋은데 한강공원은 어때요?
좋아요. 거기 가요. 수업 끝나고 가면 시원하고 좋을 것 같아요.
그래요. 다음에는 영화 보러 가요. 다시 들으십시오.
우리 이따가 수업 끝나고 영화 보러 갈래요?
날씨도 좋은데 한강공원은 어때요?
좋아요. 거기 가요. 수업 끝나고 가면 시원하고 좋을 것 같아요.
그래요. 다음에는 영화 보러 가요.
Okay. So that was number 19. I'll leave it up for 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 그다음에 let's move on to the next one. So this one, for number 21 as well, you listen to the conversation and select what's true according to what they say. So let's briefly skim through it. 남자, okay, 병원 일함, work at a hospital. 여자, 오전에, in the morning time. 예약, okay, she made a reservation. 예약. 여자는, 남자랑 같이, with the man, 병원에 갑니다. Go to the hospital. 다음에 남자, Wednesday will go to hospital. So this conversation, you can kind of predict that this conversation has to do with some sort of hospital, which will rest you more assured than, not knowing anything. So this would be really helpful, just skimming through the whole sentences. So let's start listening to 21. That's a long pause.
거기 사랑병원이지요.
There you go.
수요일 오후에 예약하고 싶은데요.
수요일요? 잠시만요. 몇 시쯤 오시겠어요?
3시쯤 가도 될까요?
네, 됩니다. 이름과 전화번호를 말씀해 주세요. 다시 들으십시오.
다시 one more time.
여보세요? 거기 사랑병원이지요. 수요일 오후에 예약하고 싶은데요.
수요일요? 잠시만요. 몇 시쯤 오시겠어요?
3시쯤 가도 될까요?
네, 됩니다. 이름과 전화번호를 말씀해 주세요.
So take your time selecting the answer. 그리고 you will feel it definitely does as you progress to the next pages, the questions become more challenging. So the first 20 are the easiest part, and then the last 10 questions are harder definitely than first 20. So it's okay if you don't understand everything. You can just listen to the keyword. You can pay attention to the word that you can hear and then try to make out what's happening. So that's also a way to increase your chance of getting the answer right. 아무튼 그렇고요. 그 다음에 let's move on to number 22. So 여기서는요. it's not 남자, 여자, woman's 중심 생각 고르는 문제입니다. 중심 means center. 생각 means thought. So it's like saying select what woman mainly thinks. So select the woman's main thought. The main topic of woman's thought. That's what you're trying to select. So you have to pay attention to what woman says more than what the man says. If it's the opposite, if it's a question that's requiring you to select the man's thought, then you can pay attention to what the man says. But this time it's 여자. So let's pay attention to what the woman is saying. Oh, before we do, let's quickly skim through it. 마이클 씨처럼 친구가 많았으면 좋겠습니다. Okay, 친구가 많았으면 좋겠다. I wish I had a lot of friends. She wishes she had a lot of friends. 외국어 공부하고 싶다. Okay. 한국어 가르쳐주고 싶다. She wants to teach Korean. 말하기 연습하면 좋겠다. 말하기 연습 means speaking practice. Speaking practice. And I removed this part when we were skimming through because you can see that all of them has to do with Michael C. It has something to do with what she wants to do with Michael. So you can just pay attention to the next part because it's obvious it has something to do with Michael. So just pay attention to the keyword, a lot of friends, foreign language study, 한국어 가르치다, teach Korean, or speaking practice. All right, so let's do number 22. Main idea. Yes, main idea 맞아요.
22번.
마이클 씨, 한국어 말하기 연습 많이 해요?
네, 선생님. 우리 반 친구들하고 자주 만나서 연습해요.
한국 사람하고도 이야기를 많이 해보세요. 도움이 될 거예요.
네, 저도 한국 사람하고 이야기 많이 하고 싶어요.
다시 들으십시오. 마이클 씨, 한국어 말하기 연습 많이 해요?
네, 선생님. 우리 반 친구들하고 자주 만나서 연습해요.
한국 사람하고도 이야기를 많이 해보세요. 도움이 될 거예요.
네, 저도 한국 사람하고 이야기 많이 하고 싶어요.
좋아요. 일단 여기까지 하겠습니다. 그리고 this one for number 24 as well is also selecting woman's main idea. Woman's main idea 고르는 거예요. 일단은 빠르게 볼게요. Let's quickly skim through. 가수들의 공연이 많다. Also 좋다. So it's good. 공연이 많아졌다. There are many performances of the singers. So it's good. 춤도 잘 추고 노래도 잘하는 가수 좋습니다. So 춤도 노래도 잘하는 가수. So basically, she likes the singers that can dance well and sing well. 그리고 K-pop 가수들의 공연장. 공연 means performance. So 공연 can also mean concert. So 공연장 would mean a concert site, a concert hall, performance hall. 에 가보고 싶다. She wants to go there. K-pop 가수들, K-pop singers. 춤을 출 때 멋있습니다. When they're dancing, 특히 멋있습니다. They're especially looks cool. 그러면 which would be the correct main idea of the woman? Let's take a listen.
24번.
와, K-팝 가수들은 노래도 잘하고 춤도 잘 추네요.
맞아요. 그런데 저는 춤을 추는 게 특히 멋있어 보여요.
그래요? 노래를 잘하는 게 더 멋있지 않아요?
아니에요. 공연장에 한번 가보세요. 춤이 정말 최고예요. 다시 들으십시오.
다시 once again, pay attention to what woman says.
와,
Woman.
K-팝 가수들은 노래도 잘하고 춤도 잘 추네요.
맞아요. 그런데 저는 춤을 추는 게 특히 멋있어 보여요.
그래요? 노래를 잘하는 게 더 멋있지 않아요?
아니에요. 공연장에 한번 가보세요. 춤이 정말 최고예요.
다 고른 것 같으니까 let's move on to the next one. 일단은 we're gonna move on to the last one, guys. The last one is the hardest one. It's probably the hardest conversation in this whole test. But like I said, guys, you don't have to understand every single thing that is being said. You can just gather together the words that you do hear, that you do understand, and try to make out what they're trying to say. That would be the key. 그러면 일단은 let's quickly read them. So 남자가 이 책을 쓴 이유, reason, 이 책을 쓴 이유, reason he wrote this book. So what's the reason he wrote this book? So they all end in 싶어서, right? Because so it all has to do with because he wants to do something. He wants to do what then? 글을 쓰는 재미 알리다. 글을 쓰는 재미, 글 쓰다, write, 재미, fun. So the fun of writing, 알리다, to let people know of the fun of writing. 힘들고, difficult, and tough, having tough time. 어렵다. So 어렵다 means difficult, but it can also mean to be going through financially difficult time. So it's like saying children who are having a hard time and poor, financially challenged kids. 에게 도움. He wants to give help. He wants to be helpful to those children. 그 다음에 경찰. 여기서 you will hear the word 경찰 during the conversation, which means police officer. 잠깐만요. Where's my screen protector? 잠깐만요. This way I can write way better. 잠깐만요. To make sure it sticks. 경찰 means police officer, guys. Police officer. So 경찰이 되는 여러 가지 방법. If you don't know what 여러 가지 is, just skip it. So 방법 means method of becoming a police officer. So basically how to become a police officer. 알리다, to let people know how to become a police officer. 경찰이 되어서 경험한 행복한 일 소개하고 싶어서. So if this sentence is too complex for you, then you can just make out what you do know. 경찰이 되다, become a police officer. 행복한 일, happy things. Okay, so he's trying to say something that's happy related to being a police officer. You can make it out like that too, if you don't understand the sentence. 그러면은 let's do number 30 as well. Let's quickly break through it. 남자는 작년에 경찰이 되었습니다. 그리고 another thing to note is really pay attention to when and where. Information about when and where, if it does give it to you. When and where. 작년에 경찰 되었다, last year. 다음에 남자는 for 8 years. This is also time information, so make sure to circle it. 8년 동안, for 8 years, 책을 쓰고 있습니다. He's writing a book for 8 years, sorry. 남자는 아이의 가방을 찾아주다. 아이의 가방, the bag of a child, the bag of the kid's bag, 찾아주다, find it for him. So maybe he lost his bag and the men find it for him. 남자는 아이에게 편지와 상을 주어서 편지 means letter, 상 means a word, Oh, okay. So 아이에게 to the kid, he gave 편지, letter, and a word. So 행복하다. He was happy. So listen to one conversation and one long conversation between two people and select two questions according to the conversation. Two questions. All right, so let's start listening this convo. It's long, guys. It's long. It's long and difficult, but don't worry. Just pay attention to what you do here. Let's go.
다음을 듣고 물음에 답하십시오.
김민수 경찰관님, 이번에 책을 쓰셨지요? 어떤 책입니까?
제가 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐는데요. 그동안 경험한 일을 쓴 겁니다.
네, 특별히 이 책을 쓰신 이유가 있으세요?
사람들의 생각처럼 경찰관은 힘든 일을 많이 합니다. 하지만 기쁘고 행복한 일도 많아요. 이런 일들을 알려주려고 작년부터 글을 쓰기 시작했습니다.
아, 행복한 일들요. 어떤 일들이지요?
몇 달 전에 제가 어떤 아이의 가방을 찾아줬어요. 그런데 그 아이가 일을 잘했다고 저에게 상을 주는 거예요. 아이가 직접 만든 상과 편지를 받았는데 칭찬을 받은 것 같아서 행복했어요.
다시 들으십시오. 김민수 경찰관님, 이번에 책을 쓰셨지요? 어떤 책입니까?
제가 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐는데요. 그동안 경험한 일을 쓴 겁니다.
네, 특별히 이 책을 쓰신 이유가 있으세요?
사람들의 생각처럼 경찰관은 힘든 일을 많이 합니다. 하지만 기쁘고 행복한 일도 많아요. 이런 일들을 알려주려고 작년부터 글을 쓰기 시작했습니다.
아, 행복한 일들요. 어떤 일들이지요?
몇 달 전에 제가 어떤 아이의 가방을 찾아줬어요. 그런데 그 아이가 일을 잘했다고 저에게 상을 주는 거예요. 아이가 직접 만든 상과 편지를 받았는데 칭찬을 받은 것 같아서 행복했어요.
29번.
So what's the answer for 29 first? Select the answer for 29
30번.
and then 30. Last one could be a little tricky. I'm sure a lot of you, some of you guys were torn between two choices for the last one. But let's see. Let's see, guys. Let's check the answer now. 수고했어요, 여러분. Good job. Good job, guys. 그러면은 let's check the answer one by one. So we just solved 18 listening questions. And now we're going to do... Oh, what's this? Oh, sorry. Oh, I brought the... sorry. I brought the script for topic 2, guys. Sorry, 잠깐만요, 여러분. 잠깐만요. 잠깐만. Let's take a quick break. I will download the correct script. Oh, sorry, guys. 잠깐만요. Let's take a quick break, guys. Quick break. So, or you could just give me like 3 minutes. I'll be really quick. Topic, not 2. Topic 1 여기 있다. Topic 1 듣기. 이거 맞나? 새노트 생성. 불러오기. 여기 있다. 오케이. 그러면 잠시만요. Okay, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. This one. There you go. Okay. 자, 어땠어요, 여러분? How was it? Was it okay? Or was it easier than you expected? Or was it harder than you expected? I mean, the first few definitely were easy, but then as you go to like the last part, then it does become a little bit challenging, a little bit more challenging. The last one was tricky. Had to reread that 아이에게. Oh, yes. 맞아요. 아이에게 was the part that decides whether that choice was right or wrong. 맞아요. 그리고 quite hard at the last part. 그렇죠. I'm gonna be honest, it's midnight here. Oh. 그리고 괜찮았어요. 쉬웠어요. 쉬웠어요. 진짜 어려워요. 그쵸? 맞아요. 사람마다 느끼는 게 다를 거예요. The last was tricky. It's manageable. Okay. 어렵지만 재미있어요. 오, 좋아요. Okay. Fun, easier than I thought, makes me want to take the test. 맞아요. 사실 this test is actually a good, motivator that will help you really keep going because it kind of challenges you to get a good score. I think that's what test does. It's kind of like a game, So I don't really think negatively of the test because it's a really good, works as a really good motivator. It really keeps you going and it also feels like a game. So, 일단은 정답을 먼저 알려드리겠습니다. 정답을 먼저 알려주세요. 정답을 먼저 알려주세요. Okay, 일단은 number one. Okay, so number one, or I'm kind of torn, guys. Would you guys prefer if I share the answer first, or shall we go through one by one and then check the answer together? What would you guys prefer? 하나하나 다 불러드릴까요? 처음부터? One by one. 저도 사실 I was thinking of one by one too. That would be actually more useful. 그리고 for the whole answer, for all the questions we solved today, I will upload it as a separate file or maybe in the comment section. But for now, let's do it one by one. Let's do it one by one. 그리고 그럼 일단은 let's look at number one. So 남자 said 학생이에요. 학생이에요. Meaning 학생이에요 means it's an is verb, right? Is, are, you, am, that copulative sentence, a verb that makes it a copulative sentence. So it's like saying, are you 학생? Are you a student? Are you a student? And number one says, yes. 학생이에요. Yes, 학생 am. I am 학생. Oh, this one sounds natural. So it's number one. Let's take a look at more choices. 네, yes. 학생이 없어요. If something이 없어요, then it means this something is not there, right? There is no student. But the question wasn't about that. So definitely a wrong choice. 아니요. No. 학생이 와요. Student comes. No, it's irrelevant to what 남자 said. 아니요. No. 학생이 많아요. When you say something이 있어요, it means that something or that someone is there. And 이 많아요 means there are a lot of it there. So it means students are a lot. So there are many students. It's also irrelevant. And number two. 책을 읽어요. 책을 읽어요. 책, book, 읽다, to read. So do you read a book? And 네, yes. 책을 싫어해요. 싫어하다 means dislike, right? So I don't like the book. I don't like the book. But if you say 아니요, 책을 싫어해요, it would be correct, right? 아니요, 책을 싫어해요. Then this response sounds natural because you are negating the fact that you read books because you hate books. But since it's used with 네, it's a very awkward response. 그리고 네, yes, 책이 아니에요. If you say something이에요, it means something is noun. If you say 책 or 이가 particle, 책이 아니에요, it would mean something is not. So it would be opposite, right? So this is like saying, yes, book is not. It's not a book. This is also not related to this question. So we're going to leave it out. And how about 아니요, no, 책이 있어요. 이 있어요 meant there is something, there is that noun. So book is there. But the woman asked, 책을 읽어요 if you read book, not if there is any book. So it's also wrong. 아니요, no, 책을 안 읽어요. If you put 안 before a verb, it negates a verb that you don't verb. You don't verb. So 책을 안, you don't read the book. You don't read the book. So 읽어요 is 읽다's conjugation. 그리고 let's move on to number 3 and 4, guys. So number 3 and 4 is all about answering the question word. There's always a question word in the conversation of number 3 and 4. In the question of number 3 and 4. So you really have to pay attention to whether the person said 어디, where, 언제, when, 누구 or 누가, who, 어떻게, how, 그리고 뭐, or it could be 무엇 sometimes, 무엇, what, and 왜, why. This is the, if you're too lazy to understand everything, you can just pay attention to the question word and select the answer that best fits that question word. So here, if you heard 어디, where, then you can always just find the place noun. 지금 is noun. It's about time. 우리 is who, right? 우리 is who, so it's not 어디. 카페 is a place. It's a coffee shop. It's a place. Sorry. So this is correct. 그리고 동생하고 해요. With 동생. 동생 is who, right? So it's not correct. 그리고 how about number 4, guys? It says 어떻게, right? 어떻게. 어떻게? It means how. So 공항 means airport. So it's like saying, how did you go to the airport? What did you take? What did you take? 그러면 어제 is about time, yesterday. 자주 is about how often. So it's not true. This doesn't fit. How. 친구 is who. So it also doesn't fit. 지하철로 갔어요. Took it by subway. By subway, it definitely describes how you went somewhere. So you can use number 4. Number 4. Also, 얼마나. 얼마나도 나올 수도 있겠네요. 맞아요. It could be. I haven't checked all the questions 3 and 4 for all the tests. So I'm not sure 얼마나 was there too. But definitely 1, 2, 3. These 6 basic question words, you can find it in number 3 and 4. Alright. 그 다음에 그러면 여러분 잠깐만요. Actually, guys, I think it's a good idea to tell you guys the answer first. Sorry about that. So for number 4, I'll just tell you the answer first. So we just finished till number 4. And from number 5, so number 5, it's 2. Number 6, it's 3. Number 7, it's 4. Number 9, right? Number 9, it's 1. 그리고 number 13, it's 운동. Number 14, it's 값, price. 그 다음에 number 15, it's number 1. 그리고 number 17, it's number 1. 그리고 number 19, it's number 2. Number 2. 그리고 number 21, it's number 4. Number 22, it's number 4. 그리고 what else have we done? On number 24, it's also 4. 그리고 for number, and we did the last one, number 29 and 30. Number 29 and 30, it's 4 and 3 respectively. 좋아요. 그러면 how many of the 18 questions you got right, guys? 얼마나 맞았어요? 몇 개 맞았어요, 여러분? 몇 개? How many? I got one wrong. Oh, you guys did a pretty good job. You got all of them. Okay, 좋아요. If this test is lower than your actual level, then you would have done really well. But if it's the test that's above your level, then it's only natural that you didn't do as good. It's all about practicing and getting used to it. You got 18 out of 18. 좋아요. All correct. Okay. 잘하는 사람만 온 거 아니에요? 이 수업에? I got 3 wrong. 14 only. 그래도 잘했네요. You got majority of them right. You guessed my way all the way through. Okay. 좋아요. What level is the test? Intermediate? No, it's from beginner to high beginner. You don't know my level. 핑님, I think you're definitely above high beginner. 네. 5 wrong. 잘했네요. Still more than half. 13, 18. Okay, 좋아요. 이것도 still more than half. 그래서 잘했어요. 그리고 백화점 무슨 뜻인지 까먹었어요. 백화점 하면 department store예요. Department store. Where you buy, clothes or furniture, that kind of place. 좋아요. 그러면 일단은 sorry, I think I should have told you guys the answer right after we're done with the question. Sorry about that. But we have finished the explanation from number 1 to 4. So let's move on to number 5. 일단은 there were so many words I didn't know. 괜찮아요. I think, if it hasn't been long since you started learning Korean, then it's only natural that you don't know many words. You will learn words. That's the point, guys, right? 좋아요. 그러면은 이제 number 5 봅시다. Number 5. 미안해요. I'm sorry, right? And the most common response to I'm sorry is 아니에요. So we learned that 아니에요 means it's not. So it's kind of like saying, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. No problem. So 아니에요 is most common. You can also answer with 네. So 네 means yes, right? But here it doesn't sound rude. If you respond 네 to like, 미안해요. Sorry. It's not 네. 네 is a response for thank you. Sorry, I was confused. Sorry. Forget about what I said about 네. 네 can be response for thank you, but not I'm sorry. That's gonna sound quite rude. Sorry about that. 좋아요. 그래서 아니에요고요. 축하해요 is congratulations. 고마워요, thank you. 반가워요, nice to meet you. So, the correct answer is number 2. 다음에 number 6. Have we done number 6? Oh, yes, we have. Number 6. 여자 says, 잠깐만 기다리세요. 잠깐만 기다리세요. 잠깐, it's also interchangeable with 잠시, 잠시. And it means a brief moment. One moment. A brief moment. 그리고 만 means only. 기다리다 means to wait. 세요 is an honorific form. So 여자 is telling the 남자 to wait only a bit. So in English, it does sound a little weird to say, please wait only a bit. But in Korean, adding 만 after 잠시 indicates that we will make sure you don't wait for too long. So please, just for one moment. 잠깐만 기다리세요. 잠깐만 기다리세요. Adding 만 after 잠시 sounds politer than just saying 잠시 or 잠깐. So 잠시만 기다리세요. 잠시만 기다리세요. 그러면 what would the man say in response? Would he say 잘 먹겠습니다? Literally, I will eat. 먹다, to eat. I will eat well, as in thank you for the food. It's like it's something that you say before having a meal to someone that made food for you. So it's like, thank you for the food. 잘 먹겠습니다. So you start having meal with 잘 먹겠습니다. But this is not true, right? Not the best answer. 잘 지냈습니다. 다는 지내다 means to do, as in to live your daily life. 지내다, 지내다, to live a daily life. So 잘 means well. So this one is kind of like saying, well, did. I'm living well. I'm doing well. I've been doing well. But this is also not the best response. 그리고 number 3 is 네, okay. 알겠습니다. 네, 알겠습니다. 알겠어요. Or 알겠습니다 is the most common way to say okay, will do. Okay. Okay, will do. So, yes, okay. So it's like saying, oh, okay. 네, 알겠습니다. 네, 알겠습니다. So if somebody asks you to wait just for a moment, then you say, okay, right? So the most natural response is number 3. 네, 알겠습니다. 그리고 네, 그렇습니다. This 그렇다 verb, 그렇다, means to be so, to be like that, to be so, to be like that. So it's like saying, yes, it is like that, as in it is the case, it is so, that is true. Yes, that is true. It can only be used when you're agreeing to what someone else said. But this is not agreeing. You're more, saying, okay, I will do as you say. So this is also not the correct answer. 그리고 let's move on to number 7. Number 7. 여기서도요. From number 7 and 10, it's about selecting the right place. Selecting the right place where the conversation is taking place, right? And you can only pay attention to the keywords. The keywords, 1 or 2 keywords give you the hint. So for example, if you hear 오렌지 and know what it means, so 오렌지 is orange. It's obviously the Konglish word that comes from the English word orange. So if you can hear 오렌지, and then you definitely know it's not 꽃집. Oh, but you would also have to know what each of the place means, of course, to select the answer. So first and foremost, vocabulary is key. Vocabulary. So make sure you memorize lots of words, including the ones that we're learning today. But 꽃 means flower. 꽃, 이거는 이제 flower란 뜻이고요. 집 means house. So it's like saying flower house. So it's a florist. It's a flower store. Florist, right? You call a flower store florist. how do you call 꽃집 in English, guys? I cannot think of like the one, exact word in English. 꽃집, but it's basically a place where they sell flowers. 꽃집. 극장 is theater, where you watch a movie or a play. 학교 is school. 시장 is market. 그러면 flower shop. Okay. Sorry 봐. flower shop 맞아요. flower shop. 이거는 flower shop. 그러면 where do they sell orange, guys? Where do they sell orange? Definitely not a flower shop, definitely not a theater, not a school, but a market. In the market, they sell 과일, fruits, right? So number 4 is correct. 그리고 for number 9 as well, number 9, one keyword, one hint, one major hint for the answer is this word. 구두. 그리고 엔젤라님이 영화관 is the same meaning as 극장. 완전히 같진 않아요. It's not completely the same. 왜냐면 영화관, I would say, is a more recent word for movie theater. And 영화관 only features movies, whereas 극장 can be used for theaters like play or opera and movies, of course. So 극장, I would say, is a broader term compared to 영화관. 그리고 back to number 9. 구두 means dress shoes, like formal shoes. 그래서 구두. Where do they sell 구두, guys? Where do they sell 구두? Department store or travel agency. 여행 means travel. 사 means company. So it's like saying travel agency. Let me write it down for you. 우체국 is post office. 박물관 is museum. 그래서 구두, dress shoes. Oh, it could be leather shoes. 맞아요. Because most dress shoes are made of leather. 그래서 they definitely sell it in the department store, not travel agency, not post office, not museum. Typically, they don't, right? 그렇기 때문에 요거는 구두 was the hint. 그리고 if you look at number 8 and 10, which we haven't solved during this class, 비빔밥 is the hint. Or if you don't know what bibimbap is, which is one of the Korean foods, the most famous Korean food, then you can pay attention to verb. 맛있어요. It's delicious. Then it has something to do with food. 먹어요. 먹다, to eat. Okay, it definitely has something to do with food. Then it's definitely 식당, restaurant, not library, not the stationery store, not the bank. 그리고 여기 또 마찬가지로 이제 여자 says 식사 후에 이 약을 드세요. This is a little tricky because if you catch 식사 and 드시다, which means to eat, then you can think of, you likely think of food, right? Food. But it's actually not about food because this person is telling you to eat the 약, which is medicine. 그렇기 때문에 요거는 약, you could say 약 is the hint. 약. 이 약을 드세요. So it has to be 약국, the pharmacy. 그리고 how do you pronounce 은행? The most common and easiest pronunciation of 은행 is 은행. You'll barely hear 히읗 sound being pronounced. 은행, because of consonant assimilation. 그리고, and what else did we do? We did number 13 and 14. This one also is about one keyword, one or two keyword. That could be verb or that could be noun. So 남자 here says 농구, which means basketball. 그리고 if you don't know what 농구 is, you definitely would have heard tennis, which is easily figure outable because it's from the English word. So they're all about sports, right? Sports. Or sometimes it could be in the category of hobby as well, because basketball and tennis could be considered hobby, right? Which is 취미. So 취미 is a word that you can frequently see in topic test. And sports is 운동. Sports is 운동. 그리고 운동 can mean sports, but it also means working out. exercise도 됩니다. 그리고 직업 means job. 아닙니다. 날짜 means date. 아닙니다. 고향 means hometown. 그렇기 때문에 so I meant date as in the actual like January, February, like January 1st, you know, that kind of date. Not the one that you go out with your girlfriend. 그런 데이트 말고 actual number date. 그리고 number 14. Number 14. It's 그 가방 좋네요. Oh, that bag is good. 비싼 거예요. If you heard the word 비싸다, 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 and you know what it means, then it's easy to get the hint. To be expensive, 비싸다. 그리고 아니요. 비싸지 않아요. The 남자 once again repeats 비싸다, 비싸다. 비싸지 않다 means it's not expensive. It's not expensive. So you can either say 안 plus verb, adjective conjugated, or just simply put the verb and adjective stem and connect it with 지 않아요. They both mean it's not verb or adjective. So it's not expensive. No, it's not expensive. 2만 원이에요. 2만 원이에요. So one is Korean currency. One is Korean currency. 그리고 2만. So if you have traveled to Korea, you would have noticed that we have a lot of zeros in our money. So 2만 is 20,000, guys. 20,000. So unlike Western numbering, in Western numbering, you say 20,000, right? So 20 and 1,000 are separated. But in Korean, we have a unit for 10,000. Like we have that one unit for 10,000, which is 만. So 2만 is 20,000 won. 2만 won is 20,000 won. And this amounts to less than 20 USD. A little less than 20 USD. 그래서 so they're talking about the price basically, right? Price. 그래서 값 means price. 그리고 this is a good question. What is the difference between 가격 and 값? 사실 가격 also means price, so it's interchangeable. So when 가격 and 값 both mean price, they're interchangeable without any difference in meaning. 가격 also means price. 근데 I would say 가격 is more casually used. It's more often used in, just common conversation, common casual conversation. 근데 I would also say 값 is a little broader. It has a broader usage compared to 가격 because 값 can also mean value as well, not just price. 그래서 they're both interchangeable if they both mean price. 그리고 what is the difference between 값 and 계산? 값 means price or value. 계산은요. 계산 means calculation or like checking out at a store. So 값 and 계산 are not interchangeable. They mean different things. So 계산 is basically counting. You can consider 계산 as counting the whole 값, right? The whole price. The total price, the total 값 or the total 가격. All right. 그다음에 let's move on to number 15. Number 15. 저 우산은 어디에 있어요? 여기서 저 하면요. 저 doesn't mean I. 저 is kind of like a filler word. 저기요. You're kind of saying 저기요, but you're not finishing your sentence. You're saying 저 to sound a little shy and still getting attention. A little shy and still getting attention. So 저 우산은 어디에 있어요? 우산은 어디에 있어요? 우산 어디에 있어요? Umbrella. Where is it? And 여자 says, 저기 창문. This is the hint, guys. 저기 창문. 저기가요. 저기 means there. But it's a little different from 거기. So 거기 could be there as in close to where listener is located, or it could also be pointing to somewhere that she cannot see at the moment, but he has it in her mind. So 거기 means there as in close to the listener or somewhere that is on my mind that I cannot visibly see right now. Whereas 저기 means there as in over there. So it's a place that is both quite far away from both the listener and the speaker. So 저기 창문에 있습니다 means speaker and listener, there is some distance between that place and both the speaker and the listener, right? So that picture, number one, is the only picture where there's distance between the umbrella and both the listener and speaker. So definitely not number two because this woman is actually pointing at this umbrella. Definitely not this one because he is holding the umbrella. And definitely not this one because the umbrella is near both of them. 그래서 저기 창문 밑에 있습니다. Window, 밑 means below. 저기 창문 밑에 있습니다. Or actually, 창문 밑에 would also be hint. 창문 밑에, below the window. So it's number one. 그리고 can you do a full Korean catch-up of all these years into one or two videos? Wow, that's gonna be a long-ass video. Honestly, I'll think about it. I'm not sure if that's possible though, because I'm a person who's against shortcut. Because even if you take shortcut and you do reach, a certain level, you will find that you lack something and you have to go back to that basic part. But I see what you mean though. I see how convenient that kind of video would be. Maybe it could be used for reviewing everything you learned so far. Or it's true that you really want to quicken your process because maybe you have to take a test or something. So I will think about it. All right. 그 다음에 the last two lies. So I do have a video on that actually, like Kisi said. In my last two lives. You can check it on my live section. So maybe that could be helpful for now. 좋아요. 그 다음에 일단은 let's move on to number 17. Number 17 봅시다. 일단은 what is true according to the conversation. So you really have to pay attention to what 여자 and 남자 says respectively, right? 그리고 답을 찾는 핵심이나 요약이 있으면 좀 알려주세요. I'm actually sharing tips for every question. 장민님. 그리고 여자 says 민수 씨 주말에 뭐 했어요? 주말에 뭐 했어요? If you listen 주말에 뭐, then it's very easy to predict what did you do on the weekend. The sentence is about asking what you did on the weekend. 주말에 뭐 했어요? 드라마도 보고 집에서 쉬었어요. So 남자 said 드라마 보고 watch drama and 집에서 쉬다. I took a rest at home. 그리고 수미 씨는요? So that's what 남자 did. And 여자 says 저는 일요일에 친구하고 수영장에 갔어요. 일요일에 친구하고 수영장에 갔어요. 그러면 일단은 let's look at number one. 남자는 주말에 드라마를 봤습니다. 주말에 뭐 했냐고 물어봤죠? The woman asked what you did on the weekend. And 남자 said, 드라마도 보고. That's the first thing he said. So this is actually pretty easy because it's located at number one. It was pretty easy to find. 남자는 주말에 드라마를 봤습니다. 그리고 about the tip, guys, about the tip for finding the answer. If you're taking PBT, which is paper-based test, it's actually more helpful because you can actually write down on your paper, on your sheet, on your test sheet, right? So you don't forget easily because you can just look at what you wrote down. But if you're taking IBT, internet-based test, as far as I know, you cannot take note. You cannot bring any paper into the exam center. So for topic 1, if you're taking topic 1, I recommend PBT because it's the most beneficial test for you because there's no writing test in topic 1. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about, what if it takes too long if I write down versus actually typing, because IBT is about typing. You have to type the answer for writing sheet, for writing test. But PBT is not that. So I recommend taking PBT and actually take the note down on your test sheet. 그리고 그렇죠. 맞아요. Exactly. Yeah. And eliminate as you hear. 그렇죠. 맞아요. Eliminate instantly as you hear. And then narrow down the correct answer. So that could be one tip too. Actually write down what you hear. Write down. 좋습니다. 그래서 number 1이고 then why would number 2 be wrong? 남자는 일요일에 친구를 만났습니다. 일요일에 친구를 만났습니다. There's no information about what he did on Sunday nor meeting 친구, friend. 그리고 여자는 일요일에 on Sunday 집에서 쉬었습니다. No, this is what 남자 did. So no. 여자는 주말에 with this man 수영장에 갔습니다. She did go to swimming pool, right? 저는 일요일에 친구하고 수영장에 갔어요. She did go to swimming pool, but not with this man, with her own friend. So this is also incorrect. 그리고 we did 19, right? We did number 19. 우리 이따가 수업 끝나고 영화 보러 갈래요? 우리 이따가 수업 끝나고 영화 보러 갈래요? 이거 굉장히 많이 쓰여요. If you want to invite someone to come with you, to go with you, you can use 물어 갈래요. 레요 is like asking, would you like to? Do you want to? It's focused on asking the other person's, preference, what other person likes to do. So, would you like to go? So, 가다 plus 을래요. Combined. 갈래요. So, verb 으러 갈래요. Would you like to go do verb? Would you like to go do verb? So, this 으러, you can think of it as in order to. Would you like to go to verb? So, 영화 보러 갈래요? Would you like to go? 영화 보다. Watch a movie. Would you like to go watch a movie? 근데 여자가 she takes a long pause, which indicates that she doesn't want to, right? She doesn't want to. So you can kind of expect that even before listening to what she says next. 날씨도 좋은데, 날씨도 좋은데, even the weather is good. 날씨도 좋은데, 한강 공원은 어때요? 일단 한강은요, 한 river란 뜻이에요. 한 river. 공원은 어때요? 공원, park. 공원은 어때요? How about the park? 그래서 she's suggesting another choice, right? And 남자 says, sure, okay, 좋아요. 좋아요 is always agreement because you feel good about something. It literally means you feel good about something. 좋아요. 거기 가요. 거기, there, 가요. Let's go there. 수업 끝나고 가면 시원하고 좋을 것 같아요. So 수업 끝나다, 수업이 끝나다 means to end. So class ends and then go if we go after class, 시원하고 it'll be really cool, the weather will be cool, breezy and 좋을 것 같아요. And it will be nice. And 여자 says, 그래요. Okay, so they're all agreed. You don't even have to listen to the next sentence. They're all agree with that. 그러면은 여자는 일단 극장에서 남자를 만났을까요? 여자 met 남자 in the theater. This is there's no information on where 여자 first met 남자, so this is not included in the conversation. 남자는 이따가 means a little while later. Like later today. It's kind of like saying later today. Later today. Whereas, 잠깐만요. 이따가 is a relatively soon, relatively near future. Whereas 나중에는요 is more of an indefinite future and more far away. 그래서 if you're gonna do something later today, it's recommended to use 이따가. So 이따가 later today 한강공원에 갈 겁니다. They're all agreed. They're decided on that plan, right? That they're going to 한강공원. So it's number 2. 오늘 수업이 모두 끝났습니다. The class all ended? No, because they said 수업 끝나고 가면, and also 수업 끝나고 영화 보러 갈래요, which indicate that 수업 hasn't finished yet, and they're assuming if we go after that, then it would be great. So this is also not true. 여자는 지금 영화를 보고 싶다. No, she doesn't want to watch a movie. That's why she suggested going to 한강 공원 park instead. 그것도 아니고요. 그리고 when we want to go somewhere, can we say 저기 instead of 거기? When you want to go somewhere and you're not there, it means you can't see that place right now, but it's on your mind, right? It's on your head. Then you can say 거기. 거기 is the only noun you can use to mean that place, as in that place that I can't see right now. So you can use 거기 if you want to go somewhere. Okay, 그 다음에 let's move on to number 21. Number 21. 여기서 남자 versus 여보세요. 여보세요는요, it's hello when you're answering the phone. You can also say when you're the caller, when you're initiating the call, you can also say this when somebody answers. So, hello, 여보세요. 거기 사랑병원이지요. So she mentions 병원, which means hospital. 병원. 그리고 수요일 오후에 예약하고 싶은데요. 수요일 오후에. So I mentioned this earlier, but if the conversation or if the audio gives you information on time and place, note it down, guys. This is super important. Time and place is super important. Note it down. And in addition, with whom is also important. With whom. And also, if it includes number, it's also important. Number. 좋아요. 그러면 일단은 수요일 오후, okay. Sunday after, sorry, why do I keep saying Sunday? Wednesday afternoon에 예약하고 싶대요. 예약 is also a very common word that appears in topic test. 예약하다 means to make a reservation. To make a reservation. Oops. So 하고 싶은데요. I want to make a reservation. 예약하고 싶은데요. On Wednesday afternoon. 여자가 수요일요? Wednesday. 잠시만요. Or 잠시만요 is a shorter form of 잠시만 기다리세요. 잠시만 기다리세요. So it's like saying, wait a moment. So one moment, please. 잠시만요. 몇 시쯤 오시겠어요? If you hear 몇 시, it's okay. If you don't understand the rest. 몇 시 means what time. And just to break down everything for studying, 쯤 means around. So around what time? 오시겠어요? 오다 means to come. Around what time will you gonna come? And 남자 said 3시. So pay attention to this. Although it wasn't part of the answer, if you hear the number, do pay attention. So 3시쯤 가도 될까요? Around 3 o'clock 가도 될까요? 도 돼요? If you say verb 도 돼요, it's asking permission. Or 될까요 is also an alternative. It's like asking, can I? Can I go at 3 o'clock? And 여자 says, 네, yes, 됩니다. So you don't have to listen to the whole thing because it's decided the man is coming to the hospital on Wednesday afternoon, 3 p.m. So let's check the answer. 남자는 병원에서 일합니다. Does she work at a hospital? He's the one that called and made a reservation at the hospital. So he doesn't work there. 여자 is the one that works there. So this is not true. How about 여자는 오전에 예약을 했습니다. 오전은요, it typically refers to the time between 9 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. Typically, so technically, 오전 refers to all times before noon. But in everyday conversation, 오전 is typically used to mean a time between 9 a.m. to 11:59. But regardless, 여자 did not 예약하다. 여자 did not make a reservation. Not true. 여자는 남자와 with a man 같이 together go to the hospital. No. 여자 works at a hospital. 그 다음에 남자는 수요일에, there you go. This is what they decided upon, right? So 남자는 수요일에 병원에 갈 겁니다가 맞습니다. So this is number 4. Number 4였고요. 그 다음에 I think okay. So we did number 22 as well. Number 22. Let's see. 일단은 since this is about selecting the woman's main idea, we really have to pay attention to what woman says more than what the man says. 그러면 일단 볼게요. 마이클 씨, 한국어 말하기 연습 많이 해요? 말하기 연습? So she's basically asking about Korean speaking practice. 많이 해요? 그랬더니 남자 says, yes, 네 선생님. Yes, I do. 우리 반 친구들하고 with my friends 자주 만나서 we often meet and then practice. 그랬더니 여자가 한국 사람, Korean person 하고 with as well. 한국 사람하고도 with Korean people as well. 이야기 means talking. It could mean story or talking, but if it's used with the verb 하다, 이야기하다, it means to talk. So 이야기를 많이 해보세요. Try talking a lot with Korean people as well. 도움이 될 거예요. 도움이 되다, to be helpful. It will be helpful. 도움이 될 거예요. 그랬더니 so 여자 is very consistent with what she says, right? Speaking Korean. 한국어 말하기, speaking in Korean, right? 그래서 just by listening to what 여자 says, we can select the answer. So where is 말하기? There you go. 말하기 연습을 많이 하면 좋겠습니다. Number 4. And if you have to break it down, it means 말하기, 마이클 씨 말하기 연습을. So Michael is the subject. 말하기 연습 is the object. 하다 is the verb. And 면 좋겠습니다 is used for a sentence that you hope would happen. That you hope would happen moving forward. So woman wishes, the woman hopes, Michael practice speaking a lot. So this is the correct answer, number 4. 그리고 if you have to break down the wrong answers, 마이클 씨처럼 like 마이클 씨, 친구가 많았으면 좋겠습니다. She hopes to have a lot of friends. No, she didn't say anything about it. 마이클 씨하고 외국어 공부를 하고 싶습니다. Foreign language study, want to do. but she doesn't say anything about, wanting to study a foreign language. She just recommends Michael to practice speaking. So this is not true. 마이클 씨에게 to Michael 한국어, Korean 더 가르쳐 주고 싶습니다. More teach. So basically she wants to teach more of Korean to Michael. No, she didn't say anything about it. 좋아요. 그 다음에 그래서 so the correct answer is number 4. And I think this was the second less conversation we heard. 일단은 여기서도 this is also about selecting what woman's main idea is. So you can pay attention mainly to what woman says. 일단은 남자가 이렇게 말해요. 와, K-pop 가수들은 노래도 잘하고 춤도 잘 추네요. Alright, so K-pop 가수들 노래 잘해, sing a song good, 춤도 잘 춰, dancing good. So they're both good at singing and dancing. And 여자 says, 맞아요, that's right. 그런데, so we have to pay attention from here because he's kind of disagreeing to men, right? 저는 춤을 추는 게 특히 멋있어 보여요. 춤을 추는 거. So she basically focuses on 춤을 추다. 춤을 추다, not 노래, but 춤. So 춤을 추다 means to dance. Dancing, 특히, particularly, 멋있어 보여요. Looks cool. But for me, dancing looks cool, particularly. 그랬더니, 그래요? Is that so? 노래를 잘하는 게 더 멋있어, isn't it? 노래, singing well, looks more cool, isn't it? 그랬더니 여자가, 아니에요. No, it's not. So she's sticking to her opinion about dancing looking cool, right? 공연장에 한번 가보세요. 공연장. 공연 means performance. The actual concert that's being held. And 공연장, this 장 comes from 장소, guys, which means place, right? So 공연장 means like performance hall, concert hall. So 공연장에 한번 가보세요. Try going to, the concert hall. 춤이 정말 최고예요. Dancing is the best. So we have to select the choice that is about dancing, right? Not anything else. So 가수들의 공연이, there's no dancing here. 춤도 잘 추고, there is dancing. 노래도 잘하는, let's leave it. Because it does mention 춤. K-pop 가수들의 공연장에 가보고 싶습니다. She never really said she wants to go to the concert hall because she has been there. She's only recommending the men to go there. So this is not true. K-pop 가수들은 춤을 출 때 멋있습니다. So this one focuses on dancing. So number 4 is the answer. 그리고 특히 means particularly. Or especially. It's an expression of emphasizing. 특히 멋있습니다. 그리고, and this is the last one, guys. The last one and the hardest one. The listening question that you guys found the hardest. 일단은, let's break it down, guys. 일단은, it's a conversation between 여자 and 남자. And 여자 is referring to, it's addressing 남자 as 김민수 경찰관님. So, for police officer, you can say, we do say 경찰, we do just say 경찰, but you can also say 경찰관. 경찰관도 괜찮아요. So, by her calling the man 경찰관님, we can know basically that 남자 is a police officer. 경찰관님, 이번에 this time, as in recently, 이번에 책 쓰셨지요? You wrote a book, right? You wrote a book. 어떤 책? What kind of book is it? 남자 says, 제가 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐는데요. 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐는데요. 여러분, did you understand this part? when you were listening to the audio? If you did or if you didn't, what would this mean, guys? 제가 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐어요. What would this mean, guys? 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐어요. 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐어요. What would that mean, guys? 왠지 time, like duration. 이가 it's usually conjugated in past tense. 됐어요. 맞아요. It's been 8 years. I've been a police officer for 8 years. 그렇죠. It's been 8 years since I became a police officer. 맞아요. So this expression is really useful to indicate like the duration since something happened. So you can put the verb stem and put 니은, 은, and then you have to put the space in between 은 and 지, and then put time or duration. 이가 됐어요. Literally, it became this amount of time since I verbed. 그래서 경찰이 되다 means to become a police officer, and then you add 니은 받침 since 되다 does not have 받침. 된지 8년 time duration 이 됐어요. 8년이 됐어요. 그리고 you can also remove the particle if you wish. 경찰이 된 지 8년 됐어요. 경찰 된 지 8년 됐어요. 그러면 여러분, can you guys try saying how long it's been for you? How long have you been studying Korean? How long have you, so you can say, I have studied Korean for this many time, this many years, this amount of duration. Can you write that using this pattern, guys? This expression. It's been a few months or a few years since I learned Korean. Can you guys make a sentence? You make your own sentence with that. Let me make mine. 저는 고양이를. So I'm going to write mine while I'm waiting. 키운 지 1년 반 됐어요. 여러분은 어떻게 썼을까요? 여러분은 한국어 배운 지 3년 됐어요. Okay, it's been 3 years since you learned Korean. So you've been learning Korean for 3 years. 좋아요. You've been learning Korean for 2 years. 2 years. 1 year. 10개월, 10 months. Wow, you're making crazy progress, Keith님. Keep going. 그리고 2년 됐어요. There are many learners who have learned like 1 or 2 years. Learned for 1 or 2 years. 2년 됐어요. 오, 좋아요. 2년 배우신 분들이 좀 많네요. 1년, 2년 배우신 분들이 좀 계시네요. 오, 좋아요. It's very impressive that you guys are keeping up with it. 그리고 고양이 키운 지 6년 됐어요. Wow. So 고양이를 키우다, guys. So in Korean, we don't say I have a cat. I mean, we do say I have a cat, but we more commonly say I raise a cat to mean I have a cat, which is 고양이를 키우다. This means to raise a cat. So you add 니은 받침 지 and then time duration 됐어요. So for me, it's been 1.5 years since I raised a kitty. And for BBY님, it's been 6 years. So you're like 선배 to me. You're like 집사 선배, 고양이 집사 선배. Which is, I have a lot to learn from you. 그 다음에 2년 3달 됐어요. 정말요? 3달밖에 안 됐구나. 3달 됐어요. 그리고 I'm sure that's a typo. When you're writing 되다, you have to spell it with 에 when it's conjugated. Not 이, not this way, but this way. This way. So 됐어요. 좋아요. 고양이 집사입니다. 집사님 반갑습니다. 저도 my fellow 집사. So good to see you. 좋습니다. 그래서 여기서 보시면 경찰이 된 지 8년이 됐는데요. It's been 8 years since I became a police officer. 그동안 경험한 일을 쓴 겁니다. 그동안 means during that time. During that time, 경험하다 means to experience. 일 means thing, but it always refers to intangible things like happenings or tasks, work you need to do. So the things that happened are happenings, they're intangible things. So you can use 일 for what you experienced. 경험한 일, literally things that I experienced, what I experienced. 쓴 겁니다. 쓰다. I wrote what I experienced during the time I was a police officer. I have been a police officer. 그리고 여자가 네. 특별히 이 책을 쓰신 이유가 있으세요? In particular, so is there a reason in particular 이 책을 쓰다 that you write a book? Write this book. 남자가 이렇게 말해요. 사람들의 생각처럼 사람들의 생각처럼 처럼 is a particle that means like, just like. So just like people's thoughts, just like how people think. 경찰관, police officers, 힘든 일, challenging tasks 많이 해요. 많이 합니다. We do a lot of challenging tasks. 하지만, but, so always pay attention to what they say after but, guys, after but, because after but, there's always what they're trying to say. Always. 그리고, 하지만, but, 기쁘고 행복한 일도 많아요. But there are also things that makes me happy, right? 일도 많아요. There are many things. 그래서 이런 일들, these kinds of things, these kinds of happenings, 알려주다, to let people know. 알려주려고 means to, in order to. So, the sentence that are placed before 려고 is always an intention. So, in order to, this is my intention, to let people know about these happy things. 작년부터, 부터 means from, and when it's used to mark the time, it kind of means like starting from last year, 글을 쓰기 시작했습니다. 글을 쓰다, to write an article, or to write in general, 시작하다. I started writing. 그리고 여자가 행복한 일들요. Happy things. 어떤 일들이죠? 어떤 means what kind of. It can sometimes be used for which. Which. So what kind of things? 몇 달 전에, 몇 means a few. It's also a question word for how many. But if it's not a question, if it's used in a plain sentence, it means a few. So a few months ago, 몇 달 전에 제가 어떤 아이, 여기 또 어떤이 나오는데요. This 어떤 and this 어떤 is different. So 어떤 means what kind of, it also means which, and 어떤 can also mean some, as in like referring to an unidentified thing or a person. Some. Unidentified. Or someone that you know the name of. So 어떤 아이, some kid that I didn't know, just some kid의 가방, her bag 찾아줬어요. 그래서 찾다 means to find. 그리고 if you add 주다 after a verb, 주다 after a verb, it always indicates that this action was done for someone else. Always. 그래서, so I found the bag for this kid. So this would indicate that he found the lost bag for this kid, right? 찾아줬어요. 근데, so this would not mean but this would, but. In English, but would not be the correct translation in this context, but more like, 찾아줬어요. But then, and then would be more correct. And then, because these two are not contrasting sentences, right? 그래서 그런데 and then 그 아이가 that kid 일을 잘했다고 저에게 to me 저에게 상을 주다. So you really have to pay attention to this part. 저에게 상을 주다. 저에게 to me 상 means award. Give. So who is the giver, guys? Who is the giver? This child is the giver and I am the receiver. So that kid gave me an award. 그래서 what kind of award? 아이가 직접 만든 상과 편지를 받았는데 여기서 상 means award, guys. award. 그리고 직접 means directly. It also means in person. And it also means by themselves, by oneself. 직접. 그래서 그 아이가 직접 만든 상, the award that she herself made. It's not the thing that she bought. It's what she made herself. 직접 만든 상과 편지, letter, 받았대요. I received it. 근데 칭찬을 받은 것 같아서 행복했어요. 칭찬을 받은 것 같아서 것 같다 means I feel like, I think. 칭찬 means compliment. So 칭찬을 받다. I received compliment. It felt like I received compliment. So 행복했어요. So I was really happy. 그러면 그렇죠. 직접을 handmade라고 그렇죠. In certain context, you can see like that. 좋아요. 그러면 여러분, what would be the correct reason why this man wrote this book? Is it to 알리다, let people know of 글을 쓰는 재미, the fun of writing? 아니죠. The fun of writing 아니죠. 일단은 since this question is about EU, when the woman said EU, when the woman included EU in her question, you really have to pay attention to 남자's response to that because this is where the answer lies for number 29, right? 그래서 the answer is here. 사람들의 생각처럼 경찰관은 힘든 일을 많이 합니다. We do a lot of challenging things, but there are also happy things. And I want to let people know of these kind of happy things. That's why I started writing, right? So she wants to let people know of happy things. Happy. Where's happy, guys? Happy. 여기 있네요. 행복한 일을 소개하고 싶어서. So 경찰이 되어서 경험한 행복한 일 소개하고 싶어서. Let's break it down. 경찰이 되다, to become a police officer. And after that, experience, what you experience, happy things. Basically, happy things that he experienced after becoming a police officer. So I feel like one challenge for a foreign language that has like the opposite sentence order from your own language is really getting used to, making it out just by the order that you read or the order that you hear without having to translate it in your head into your own language. 근데 이거는 사실 그 한국어에서는 we call it 직독직해. Literally, straight reading, straight understanding. So you read it straight up. You don't go back and forth to translate it in your own, language, but you really accept it as given, with the order that is given in its original language, in its target language. So it's really helpful to read it like that, like one by one, according to what's given, rather than trying to let your mother tongue intervene. 이것도 당연히, but this is also something that comes with a lot of practice. So it's not at all impossible. So when you practice a lot of 직독직해, you will get to a point where you just read 경찰이 되어서 경험한 also experience after becoming police officer, happy things. Okay, these kind of things you want to introduce other people. 약간 이런 게 without having to speak it out loud this process go through your head automatically. So that's the point, where a lot of learners want to reach. So practice. Reading and listening. Alright. 그 다음에 what is the 들은 내용과 같은 것을 고르십시오. What is the correct choice according to what you hear? 일단은 남자는 작년에 경찰이 되었습니다. 작년에 경찰이 된 거 아니고, do you guys remember when he became a police officer? What would be the correct way? How would we make this into a correct sentence, guys? According to the conversation. 남자 didn't become a police officer 작년에, but when? 언제일까요? 언제? 8 years ago, right? 8 years ago. So how do you say 8 years ago, guys? 8 years ago. 작년에. Eight years ago. 이거는 8년. 아이고, let me make it bigger, guys. Bigger. 이거를 it's not 작년에. We have to correct it. 그렇죠, 핑님. 8년 전. 8년 전에라고 하면 됩니다. 그리고 how do you say once upon a time? Once upon a time은요. 옛날에라고 하면 돼요. This is pronounced like 옛날. 오케이, 8년 전 맞죠? 8년 전에 경찰이 되었습니다. 좋아요. 그 다음에 how about 남자는 8년 동안 책을 쓰고 있나요? Is 남자 writing this book for 8 years? 8 years 동안 쓰고 있을까요? 남자, when did 남자 start writing? 남자 started writing 작년부터, right? Since last year, right? Since last year. So, in terms of duration, it would be 1년. 그렇죠? 1년 동안. Because he started last year. 책을 쓰고 있습니다. 그래서 he has been writing a book for a year. And you can also say, 잠깐만요. 1년 정도, 1년 동안. 그리고 you can also say 남자는 책을 쓴 지 1년이 되었습니다. 1년이 됐습니다. 책을 쓴 지 1년이 됐습니다도 맞고요. 그 다음에 남자는 아이의 가방을 찾아준 적이 있습니다. 이것도 굉장히 this is also a very useful expression, guys. If you say verb은 적이 있다 or 있어요. So this talk is not used as a word on its own, but when it's used in this expression, it means like past experience. So you have the past experience of doing verb. So it's like saying, I have done that before. So if you say, 한국 음식 먹은 적 있어요. What would this mean, guys? 한국 음식 먹은 적 있어요. 한국 음식, Korean food, 먹다, eat. 적 있어요. I have eaten Korean food before. It's talking about your past experience. 그렇죠. I have eaten Korean food before. 그리고 if you don't have the experience, like Talia said, you can say 간 적이 없어요. If you haven't done that, if that's not your past experience, then you can say there is no experience of me doing verb. So what Talia is saying in this sentence is 한국에 가본 적이 없어요. 가보다, to go, to visit. She's never visited Korea before. 탈리아 씨 언젠간 someday 한국에 오셨으면 좋겠어요. I hope you come to Korea one day. 그리고 그렇죠. 그래서 여기서도 보시면 아이의 가방을 찾아준 적이 있습니다. He has the experience of finding the kid's bag. Yes, right? That's why the kid felt thankful and gave him an award, a handmade award and letters. So this is correct. And the reason why number 4 is incorrect, it was actually tricky. I admit this. It's very tricky. 남자는 아이에게 편지와 상을 줘서 행복했습니다. It is true that 남자 was 행복하다, but the reason is different, right? It's actually the opposite. 아이에게 편지와 상을 주다, to give a child, to give that kid a letter and an award. No, it's receive the letter and the award from that kid, right? 그래서 여기서는 줘서가 아니라 받아서가 맞습니다. 받아서. You received 편지와 상 from the kid. So if you say 아이에게 주다, this 에게 would mean to, so to give to a kid. But if 아이에게 받다, this would mean to receive from the kid. To receive from the kid. So this is a different sentence, right? So this is not number 2, it's number 3. 좋아요. 그리고 아까 어떤 일들이지로 일들이죠. 네, 똑같아요. They're 똑같아요. 이조 is the shortened form of 이지요. 아이고 뭐야. Oops. 잘못 닫았어. 그리고 where is it? 한국 음식 먹어본 적이 없어요. 아, 진짜요? 먹어본 적 없어요? 보통 그 나라 언어를 배우면 if you learn, a certain language, usually you tend to wanna try, the food from that country where they use that target language. But that's interesting. 그리고 한국에 가면 선생님 만나면 좋겠어요. 아, 진짜요? 그러게요. 저도 만나면 좋겠네요. 그리고 by any chance, 혹시입니다. 혹시. Alright. 좋아요. 그러면은 여기까지 다 했어요, 오늘. So like I said in the beginning, guys, I don't think we can do reading because if we get to cover reading, it's gonna be crazy long. So for reading part, I might arrange another class, hopefully this weekend or sometime over the next weekend or next week. I'll think about it, guys. But the reading, we'll have to postpone it, guys. Reading. 그러면 좀 너무 아쉽네요. I don't know. I feel like it's a little incomplete to finish it this way. Would you guys like to do a little bit of a quiz set? Full video available 해요. 이거 helpful 했어요. This was helpful to you. I'm so glad. I don't know, for some reason, I felt like, I don't know, something was lacking today. I'm not sure why, but I'm really glad that, some of you found it helpful. Thank you so much. 여러분, how about we do a bit of quiz set? quiz set으로 이제 그 flashcard. We can review some of the words we learned through flashcards. What do you think? Or should I just leave it in the description box link and you can do it yourself? 어떤 게 나을까요? I would like you guys' opinion on that. If you'd like to do quiz set, you would have to give me like 5 minutes break because I have to really arrange those words into quiz set. What do you guys think? 좋아요? 일단은 we have 1 yes, we have 2 yeses. We don't have no so far. We have 1 no. So Talia, she has to go to sleep. Do whatever you find comfortable. Okay. Let's do it if you're free. 좋아요. 알겠어요. 나중에 sure. Okay. So majority of you guys are okay with it. So let's do it. Let's do it. I feel like doing it too, honestly. 그래서 일단 탈리아님, I'll leave the link to the quiz set in the description box after class, so you can do it by yourself. 그리고 it's a shame we didn't do all 30 questions. It's a shame we didn't do. 맞아요. 근데요, what I worried was it's gonna be too long and I would have to talk a lot to explain it. So that's why I didn't cover all 30 questions, but only the 18 questions where I thought there were many like good vocabularies. 네, 근데 yeah, maybe next time we could do all 30 questions. I don't know. Okay, 그러면 여러분, let's have like 5 minutes break, right? 5-minute break 갖고요. 잠깐만요. Let me write it here. 5 minutes break before quiz set is ready. All right, so edit here. I'll edit here. All right, so you can, you can go whatever you'd like to do during those 5 minutes and come back after 5 minutes when the quiz set is ready. Okay? All right. So I'll mute my microphone for 5 minutes. See you guys soon. 곧 봐요. No way. 태민님, no way. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This is crazy. Wow. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, 태민님. Happy early Christmas to you. Oh my god, it's so shocking. This is honestly like the most amount of Super Chat I got. Oh my god. You're so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Honestly, like just I'll message you on Ko-fi. Thank you so much, 태민님. Thank you. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Okay, 여러분 안녕하세요. We have 38 people remaining. Oh, a lot of you left. So I have completed the quiz set. quiz set 다 했어요, 여러분. So shall we get started? 일단 시작을 해볼까요? 잠깐만요. So who's here, guys? Let me know if you're here. Sorry, it took a long time. It took longer than I expected. Yeah, I meet someone. You can say 뭐 사람을 만났어요. 사람을 만났어요. 만났어요라고 하시면 돼요. 사람을 만났어요. Oh, Angela-님 is here. Cheryl-님 is here. Oh, many of you are here. 집사님, 고양이 집사 선배님도 here. Meryl-님 is here. 천님 is here. Okay, we have enough people. 30 is enough, I think, for us to continue. Oh, Billiana-님 is still here too. Ping-님 as well. Okay, thank you guys so much for staying. So I have the quiz set ready. 잠깐만요. So we're gonna do multiple choice. And there are 75 words, guys. 75 words. So that's a lot actually. Let's see how far we make it. So 복수 정답. 일단은 how do I 잠깐만요. So screen share. Oh, no. I can just delete this and okay. So can you guys see the quiz set? quiz set 보이나요? 잠깐만요. I have to check. I have to interact with you guys in the chat section. So let me 잠깐만요. Okay, you guys can see it. All right. Okay, 좋아요. All right, so let's start from 학생. So it starts from easy words to, more longer, more complicated words. So could you enlarge it? Sure. This is the best size that I can make so that it includes everything. All right, so what does 학생 mean, guys? 학생 is a noun, right? It's a noun that means student. So it's number 3. 좋습니다. 다음에 how about 학생이에요? 학생이에요. 학생이에요. It would be I am a student, right? 좋아요. Because 이에요 is to be verb. It could be am, you are, was, not was, am, are, what else? Is, right? So if you ask someone, 학생이에요? It would mean, are you a student? If you yourself say, 학생이에요? It would mean, I am a student. How about 학생이 아니에요? If you say something, 이가 아니에요? It means it's not that, right? It's not something. So it's, I'm not a student. 좋아요. How about 책, guys? 책. 책은 어때요? 책. 책. You find it in the library. 그렇죠. book입니다. book. 다음에 how about 읽다, conjugated 읽어요. So you would 읽어요. You would 읽어요 a 책. You would read. Sorry. Oops, I said the answer. Sorry, guys. But 책 is a great hint. I'm sure you guys have guessed it correctly, even without my hint. So to read 읽어요. 그 다음에 what place, like where. So ignore what place, guys. Just focus on where. Where. What is where in Korean? 그렇죠. 어디입니다. 어디. How about 언제. 언제는? 그렇죠. 이것도 for number 4. When. 언제 means when. How about 누구 or 누가? 누가. 그쵸. 누구는 who입니다. 좋아요. who. 어떻게. This is also a question word. 어떻게. 그렇죠. 셰럴님 엄청 빠르네요. 셰럴님 is so fast. 그렇죠. How 좋아요. How about 뭐 or 무엇. 뭐, 무엇. 뭐, 무엇. 와, 좋아요. Number 3, what입니다. What? How about 왜? 왜? 왜 is actually it sounds very similar to its English meaning, which is 그렇죠, why. Why? How about 있어요? 있어요. 있어요. 있어요 is all about something existing. It is there. I have it. So it's there is. 좋아요. 그 다음에 how about 없어요? 없어요 is the antonym of the previous word, which was 있어요. So it would be 없어요 would be 그렇죠. There isn't가 되겠습니다. How about 지하철? 여러분 지하철은 어때요? 지하철. 지하철. 지하 means underground or basement, and 철 means railway. So 지하철 means underground railway, so subway. 그 다음에 how about 자주? 자주. It's an adverb. 자주. If you do something 자주, do you do it often or not often? That's a weird hint, but yes, it's number 3. 좋아요. Often. 다음에 how about 아니에요. 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 We learned that something 이가 아니에요 means it's not that, it's not something. But 아니에요 can also be used in response to thank you for no problem. 아니에요. 아니에요. 좋아요. 아니에요. 좋아요. 그 다음에 잘 지내요. 잘 지내요. 잘 means well. 잘 means well, right? 잘 means well. 지내다 means to do, as in you live your daily life. So 그렇죠. I'm doing well. 잘 지내요. And if you ask 잘 지내요, it's like saying, are you doing well? As in, how are you? 다음에 잘 먹겠습니다. There's another 잘 here. Well, 먹다, to eat, 겠습니다. I will eat. Literally, I will eat it well. So this is an expression that we use before starting to eat meal. So it's like saying thank you. I'll enjoy the meal. Like thank you for the meal. 다음에 how about 알겠어요 or 알겠습니다. 알겠습니다. 그렇죠. It's okay, I understand that. Okay, I will do. Okay. How about 그렇습니다. 그렇다 literally mean it is so. It is so. So 그렇습니다 would mean, oh yes, it is so. Yes, that's right. That is so. 좋아요. 그 다음에 꽃집. 꽃집은 어때요? 꽃집. 꽃집. 꽃, flower, 집, house. So flower house, so it's a flower shop. 그렇죠. Flower shop. 다음에 we're 28% into it. So next one, 극장. 극장. 극장 is the place where you can watch a movie or a play, sometimes opera. Depends on what kind of 극장 it is. It is 뭘까요? Theater. 그렇죠. Theater. 그리고 잠깐만요. 여러분 잠깐만요. Okay. So 학교. 학교는 school. 그렇죠. 좋아요. 학교 is school. How about 시장? 시장. 시장 is the place you go for grocery shopping. So 시장 would be 그렇죠. It's a market. Market. How about 식당? So you will have noticed that a lot of nouns that are related to eating or food has 식 in it. 식. 식 is a Sino-Korean word that comes from this Chinese character, and it means dine, to eat. To eat. So 식당 is an eating place, literally. So it's a restaurant or, a food store, a food shop. And how about 은행? 은행. 은행. 은행은 무슨 뜻일까요? 그쵸. 잠깐만요, 여러분. I forgot to bring this down. Sorry, guys. This text. 5-minute break is already over, and I still had that up. So sorry about that. But 은행 is bank. And how about 도서관? 도서관. 도서관. 도서관은 it's a library. 그리고 a place that has to do with books usually has 서 in it because 도서관 is library and 서점 is a bookstore. So 서 means book in Sino-Korean word. How about 문구점? 문구점. 이거는 좀 이제 생소한 분들이 많으실 텐데 문구점은 이제 place where they sell stationeries like pens, notebooks, because stationery store입니다. 그다음에 구두 어때요? 구두. 구두는 it's a type of shoes. 그래서 it's dress shoes for your formal. It's usually for your suit or formal dress. So 구두. 그리고 백화점은 is where you go shopping to buy clothes, sometimes furniture shopping. 그래서 백화점은 department store입니다. It literally means 백. So I might be wrong, but as far as I know, 백 means 100. 화 means like merchandise. So it's like a place, it's like a store where hundreds of merchandises are there. These days it's like thousands, right? Thousands of merchandises, but that's what it means. So there are many merchandises in this place, so it's department store. And 여행사, if you know what 여행 is, it's piece of cake. 여행사, travel company. So it's 핑님이 적어주셨네. 100 맞죠? Yes. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Thank you for the Chinese characters, 핑님. But 여행사, okay, 좋아요. Travel agency. And 우체국. How about 우체국, guys? 우체국 is a place where you send packages, letters. 그래서 우체국은 4번이 됩니다. 4번. 박물관. How about 박물관. These two can become this to produce consonantless assimilation, so they're pronounced 박물관. So museum, 좋아요, museum. 그리고 how about 약. 그렇죠. 약은 medicine입니다. 좋아요. 그 다음에 how about 약국. Place where you sell medicine. 약국. 그렇죠. It's pharmacy. 다음에 we're 47% into it. 농구 is a type of sports. It's a type of 운동. 농구. What would it mean? 그렇죠. 농구는 basketball입니다. Basketball. 그리고 운동. How about 운동? I just mentioned 운동. I just mentioned that 농구 is a type of 운동. So I'm sure you guys can guess what it means because it's a sport and sometimes it can mean workout. How about 가방, guys? 가방. Sorry. Not sorry. Bag. It's a bag. Bag. 값 or 가격. They both mean 그렇죠. price입니다. price. 그리고 how about 날짜. What does 날짜 mean? 날짜 means 그렇죠. date입니다. date. 다음에 verb지 않아요. Or an verb. This verb has to be conjugated. So if you say 뭐 하지 않아요 or 안 해요, what would it mean? 하지 않아요 or 안 해요? It's a negation, right? So it's not. How about 만? It's a number. Well, that's all. I guess that's like more than enough hint that I can give you. It's a number for 10,000. 만. 그리고, all right. 저기 뭘까요? 저기. 그렇죠. Over there. 우산. How about 우산, guys? 우산. 그렇죠. 오, 빠르신 분들은 진짜 빠르네요. Some of you guys are like really quick, like 1 second into like switch of the card. You write the answer. That's very impressive. 우산. 그 다음에 수영장. 맞아요. swimming pool입니다. 좋아요. 수영 means swimming. So 수영장, place where you swim. What day is 수요일, guys? What day is 수요일? What day is 수요일? 그렇죠. 수요일. Wednesday is the only day in the choice section, so it's Wednesday. And how about 일요일? They should have put Wednesday and Sunday in the same choice boxes. That they're terrible at what they do. Quiz that. I'm joking. Sunday. 그렇죠. 일요일 is Sunday. And verb으로 갈래요. What's this expression? verb으로 갈래요. Well, it's easy to guess because in the choice section, there's only one with the question mark. But 으로 갈래요 is asking if they would like to join me for something. Would you like to go verb? 그리고 공원. How about 공원? What is 공원? 공원은 park입니다. park. 그리고 how about now? This is also pretty easy to guess because this is the only one with question mark. But noun 어때요 means how about now? You're asking, you're suggesting how about we do noun, or you're asking opinion of what do you think of noun. Both works. And how about 수업이 끝나다? Oh, my cat just woke up and starts meowing like crazy. 일단은 수업이 끝나다. The class is over. 그렇죠. 수업이 끝났어요. The class ended. 그리고 이따가. What does 이따가 mean? 이따가 할게요. I will do it. 이따가. When is 이따가, guys? 이따가. It's like a little later, as in later today. It's more definite compared to 나중에, which is what comes next here. 나중에, what does it mean, guys? 나중에 is a more indefinite future, which means later. But 네, 그렇고요. 그 다음에 병원. How about 병원? 병원 is the place where you go when you have 병. 병 means illness or disease. Illness, when you're sick. So it's hospital. 오후 means noon. 후 means after. So it's noon after as in 그렇죠. afternoon. 오전은 뭘까요? 오전. Literally noon before. So before noon. 오전. And we're 75% into it. Okay, let's go. So, sorry guys, this is a typo. It's not 돼. It's supposed to be 도, guys. 도. I'm sorry about that. 도예요. Verb 도 돼요? Or verb 도 될까요? What does it mean? It's an expression that is used when you're asking for permission. 그 다음에, how about 이야기하다? 이야기 means story, but if you say 이야기하다, it means to talk, to say. Literally to do a story, so it means to talk. How about 연습? It's actually what we're doing. 연습 is actually what we're doing. We're having a 단어 연습. Word, we're having what? Word practice. 그렇죠, practice. 그리고 verb으면 좋겠어요. When is this used, guys? verb으면 좋겠어요. 한국어를 잘했으면 좋겠어요. 수업에 참여했으면 좋겠어요. 으면 좋겠어요 literally means it will be nice. It will be nice. 좋다. It will be good if the subject does verb. So it's indicating, it's expressing your hope. I hope. So if you say 한국어를 잘하면 좋겠어요. It's expressing your hope for the future that you want to speak Korean well. So it's I hope. How about 특히, 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 특히. 뭐 저는 노래와 춤을 다 좋아하지만 I like singing and dancing, but 특히 I like dancing. 특히 I like dancing. Especially, 그쵸, particularly 춤을 좋아해요. We learned that in that conversation, right? And oh, there you go. I mentioned 춤을 추다 earlier in the example sentence. What does 춤 mean, guys? 춤. 춤 means dance as in a noun. 추다 is a verb that means to dance. So literally it means to dance a dance. To dance a dance. And in English, you can simply just say to dance. So 춤을 추다, to dance. How about 노래를 부르다? Literally, 노래 is a song, 부르다 is sing. So sing a song. 노래를 부르다, 노래를 부르다. Sing, to sing. Oh, 84% complete. Let's go, let's go. 공연, 공연. What is 공연, guys? Have you ever been to like a pop 공연? Pop 공연? 그렇죠. Performance show. Could be concert too sometimes. 뭐 pop performance, pop show 보러 갈 때 pop 공연 보러 가요. 라고 하면 돼요. You can say it like that. And how about 경찰 or 경찰관? Both can be interchangeably used for what? 경찰 or 경찰관. 그렇죠. Police officer. Police officer. Police officer. 그 다음에 how about this expression? verb인지 time 됐어요. verb인지 time 됐어요. 한국어 배운 지 1년 됐어요. It's been a year since I learned Korean. 뭐 I can't think of a good example sentence right now, but it means it's been this duration of time since I verbed. And how about 그동안? That during, literally that during. So it's like saying during that time. 좋아요. And what kind of? How about what kind of? It's always used before a noun as a modifier. It is a question word, but it's also a modifier of a noun, which means what kind of, and it's 어떤, right? 어떤. 그러면 how about 어떤 사람? We learned that 어떤 can also mean some to indicate that this thing or this person is unidentified. So 어떤 사람 would mean someone, some person that I don't know, someone. 어떤 사람. How about 상? We learned it in the conversation where the police officer said the kid whom he found the bag for gave him this. The kid gave him the prize or the award, 상. 그리고, we are 93% complete. Just a little more, guys. We're there. 직접. How about 직접? 직접 만들었어요. I made it myself. I didn't buy it. I didn't receive it from someone. I made it myself. So it means directly in person or oneself, indicating it's handmade. How about verb 은 적이 있다? Verb 한 적이 있다. When is it used, guys? What does this 적 mean? 적. 그렇죠. I have the past experience of doing verbs. 좋아요. It's number 4. 다음에 how about 작년, guys? 작년 무슨 뜻일까요? 작년. Because of the consonant assimilation, it's not pronounced 작년, it's pronounced 작년. So you can hear the 이응 받침 for in place of 기역 받침. So 작년 means last year. 칭찬. This makes you happy. 칭찬. What is 칭찬, guys? Hearing this, anyone becomes happy. 그렇죠. compliment입니다. 칭찬. And if you want to use it as a verb, you can simply put 하다. So 칭찬하다 to compliment. 경험하다. How about 경험하다? 경험 is a noun that means experience. So 경험하다 would mean 그렇죠. To experience something. 좋아요. 그리고 oh yay, we're done, guys. We're done. All right. So now I feel like we have really, studied. I think review is particularly important because, even if you understand something while you're learning, if you don't review, a large part of them just goes away from my head, for me personally. But I think it applies to a lot of learners too. So reviewing is super important. And thank you so much, guys, for joining till now. 네, it's been a long class. 네, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy we made it. And I will make sure to announce the class for reading, the reading part that we haven't done in this class in the community post. So I will do that for you guys. And okay, 그러면 여러분 이제 수업을 끝낼게요. I'll end the class here. 감사합니다. 남은 날 즐겁게 보내세요. 키스님도 주말 즐겁게 보내세요. It's already weekend here. It's Friday afternoon, so 네, we're almost towards the weekend. Thank you, Miss Vicky. Thank you, Angela님. Thank you, Cheryl님. 멍멍이. 멍멍이. You meant 멍멍이 as in a dog, right? Oh, that's cute. I just realized that. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Thank you so much. 그냥 you can say 수고했어요. 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 Alright. 그러면 여러분, I will end the class here. See you in the next class. 수업과 팁을 주셔서 정말 감사합니다. 재미있고 들떴어요. 잘해서 정말 행복해요. 좋아요. I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed this class and learned something new. I will see you guys in the next class. Next class. 수고했어요. This is how you can say it. Thank you for your efforts, as in like encouraging someone for their hard work. So 수고했어요. 여러분 모두 수고했어요. Okay, 그러면 I will finish the class here. See you guys in the next one. 여러분 안녕히 가세요. Finish button 누를게요. I'll click on the finish button. Bye bye.